How to get around in Thailand. It might work a little bit different than you're used to from back home. In this video we're gonna tell you all about it, give you some pros and cons and even some tips on how to avoid fines, and we all want to avoid those. So let's go. We'll tell you all about tuk-tuks, renting a motorbike or a car, air travel, buses, BTS, ferries. But when you arrive in Bangkok, probably you'll be going for a taxi. Getting around in a taxi in Thailand is super easy. It's cheap. Make sure you get the taxi meter. There will be taxi drivers that want to take you for a certain amount. This will be more expensive than when you take the meter, so ask them if they will use the meter. So we just arrived and it was like a 25-minute drive, and the taxi meter was 135, and the taxi without meter they asked us 350. So we're happy we took the taxi meter in the end. Something that we really cannot live without in Thailand is Grab. Grab is, for those who don't know it, it's like Uber. You can also order food and everything with it. We use it to get taxis. It's super easy. You really just put where you are, where you want to go. I don't even know why I'm explaining this. It's so easy, but get it. It's so good to have it here. It's way easier than to go in the street and to flag down a taxi, because in Bangkok it's perfectly fine to just flag down a meter taxi, but in most other places you have to wait a little bit. It's a hassle. The prices don't really differ that much. So big tip, go for Grab and make your life easier.
Hey, just very quick here. We are a smaller channel. Can you please help us by subscribing? It can help us grow our channel. It's very easy. Just click that button under this video. Thank you so much.
The most famous way to get around in Bangkok? Tuk-tuk, you guessed it. It's not as cheap as a taxi, but it's fun. You gotta do it one time, right?
You don't need to bargain if you take a tuk-tuk. What we do is we look at the distance first in the Google Maps, and we calculate like we pay the price that we feel good. So for example, we take now a 6-minute ride to our hotel, and the tuk-tuk driver said that we should pay 150, and we just bargain 100, and it feels good, so we do it.
No trip to Thailand is complete without driving a motorbike, right? One of the most famous things you can do over here. It gives you so much freedom. You can just go into little alleyways and go to places that you normally wouldn't come. I love it. I love riding a motorbike over here. Be careful though, because they've started to check more. And if you don't have your international driving license, you can get a fine. It's not a very big one. It's like 20-25 euros, but still, if it can be avoided, it can be avoided. Also, these motorbikes go pretty fast. They go pretty fast. So if you've never ridden one, be careful. Wear your helmet. Also something that you can get a fine for, not wearing a helmet. Don't be one of these people that you see walking around with their arms in a bandage or something, because you see them often enough. Safety first, please do, and have a lot of fun. So one of the things we really recommend is to rent a car. Driving in Thailand, what is it like? For me, it was really doable. But I also have a lot of experience driving motorbikes around here. So I am from a country where we drive on the right, but had plenty of experience driving on the left with a motorbike. If you think you're confident in the car, you can do it. I wouldn't really start then in the most busy environments. So maybe, you know, avoid Bangkok inner city right away. My first experience here is in Samui, which is like medium busy. Like beginning of the day, end of the day, it gets, you know, you have some traffic. You gotta withstand a little bit the hectic situations that you can get into. It can look a little bit chaotic. This was for me a big success, especially with Mia. You can, of course, in the bigger companies rent a child seat as well. The bigger companies here were sold out fast, so you know that if you're traveling in the high season, maybe rent a car beforehand. Yeah, so all in all, this was a great test and we will do it again in the future for sure. It gives so much mobility, we could see everything. Even if we would think of the cost we would make with a taxi, this was a very good deal. Like go and return with a taxi would be sometimes just as expensive as renting the car for a whole day. So all in all, yeah, I would really do this again, and we sure will. When you have to travel longer distances in Thailand, it's very easy to do that by plane. We've had great experiences with Bangkok and Thai Airways. Also, we like to use Air Asia. Of course, you can also travel longer distances by train, which is a lot of fun, which we did in the past before we had this channel. We don't have any videos on that yet, but we really want to do it again when Mia is a bit bigger. So definitely also take that with you as an option. Public transportation in Thailand is quite alright actually, and we're traveling with this red bus right now, which is kind of in the middle between a public bus and a taxi. We just said where we want to go and he's just bringing us there for quite reasonable price, and it's fun. You just jump in the back. You see a lot of locals using these, especially in Chiang Mai. They're very well known, the red buses. Keep your eyes open for them. It's a fun and easy way to get around. So another great way to get around is the BTS in Bangkok. You can get almost everywhere. And it's a good way to save some money because it's actually cheaper than the taxis.
So we are going to buy the BTS ticket. I choose English. We are from Chateri and we're going to Mochit. Select the station and then we say 4 adults and then oh oh I didn't see, except only 150 and 20. So we're gonna put 2 times 200. Getting around in Bangkok with ferry, I would say go for it. It's a little bit hassle with the stroller, but it's fun.
Another type of boat travel are the ferries to the islands. A tip is to check Google reviews before you go, because the experience can differ between the different companies. You can usually choose between options of fast boats. Those are more the speedboats, or the slow boat, and those are the traditional ferries where you can also go into with your car.
So this was getting around in Thailand. Do you have any tips for your fellow travelers? Please leave it in the comments.
See you in the next video.
Bye!